Good morning, and welcome to your daily Farm and Home Show, brought to you by the University of Kentucky Cooperative Extension Service. And now, here's your host.
Good morning and welcome to your Farm and Home Show. My name is Joanna Coles, and this morning we're visiting with Andrea Stith. She's the Barren County Extension Agent for Horticulture. Good morning, Andrea.
Good morning, Joanna. Thank you so much for having me today.
Well, I'm glad you're here because you're going to tell everybody how to get that great lawn that everybody desires.
Well, I'll give it a shot. So this is the time of the year where we start thinking about those lawn chores. Again, I call them chores because it's something I don't like to do. So this is the outside activities that a lot of people maybe don't enjoy. There are some people out there that do enjoy it. If you enjoy it, we have publications you can read and learn all down to the little science of what you need to do. But for me, I want to know what's the basic things that I can do to have a pretty good looking lawn for the rest of the season. So one of the things that we often do incorrectly is the mowing height. We all want to cut it low because we don't want to have to mow it as often, but we actually are doing ourselves a disservice when we do that. So there's different heights for different types of grass, and I actually have a publication that's on UK's website, and it is AGR 209, and it is Mowing Your Kentucky Lawn. It's going to tell you how tall you need to mow it. It's going to tell you how often you need to mow it. So we're going to talk a little bit about those things today. So how often should we mow it? That's going to depend on the height that we're comfortable with. So the lower that you're mowing, the more often you will have to mow, actually, because you got to keep it that low height at all times. The type of grass will determine how often you need to mow as well, because some of it grows faster than others. And it's also not recommended to remove more than 1/3 of a blade of grass at a time. So if you've missed a day in your mowing, a lot of times we'll drop that a little lower to try to get ahead. You're better off if you actually mow, wait a couple days and mow a little bit more, so that you're not taking off more of that plant, because that's when you can cause disease issues. You can actually kill the grass off because it doesn't have enough time to regenerate. So those are all things to think about. Something else that we could be doing right now, and a lot of times people will do this in the wintertime, is making sure you have sharp blades. So you want to avoid any leaf tearing or bruising, because that's what actually starts your grass to turn a little bit brown, and it leaves those wounds open for the disease and insects and things to come in. So the sharper that your blades are, the better off you are. It's going to also, it can make your grass appear shredded and brown within a few days if you have a dull blade when you're mowing. So this is definitely something that we can do to kind of decrease the disease and insect issues in our yard. And usually this is going to occur in May and June is when you're going to see that browning from the dull blades. So you may want to, throughout the year, check and see how sharp your blades are, and if it's something that needs to be done, take them off and sharpen them.
But now's a great time to do some lawnmower maintenance, maybe some pruning, utensil maintenance, and those type of things.
Definitely. And oftentimes we don't think about sanitizing that stuff either. But your grass, if it had disease last year, your mower is going to be the best place to reoccur. So if you're needing to treat those blades, you might try to do that in the winter as well and try to be ready for the new season. So a good fertilizer program is something else we want to work on. A lot of times people will just throw on the fertilizer in the spring, but actually we recommend you do a soil test in the fall, and we don't really recommend that nitrogen application in the spring because it promotes the new growth, and it's going to increase that time you spend on that mower. So it's going to make it pop, and it may look pretty for a little while, but then if you're not keeping up with it and you're not maintaining it well, it's going to cause some issues later on. So there's also two types of weed control that we can talk about. We have pre-emergent and post-emergent. So pre-emergent is usually the more successful one. We put that on before the weeds become a problem to try to keep them lower and keep them from germinating in the first place. So actually, usually plants that are starting to come up now, they're a little bit early this year, but some of the things that are flowering usually indicate when we need to start putting that on. So now is actually probably a really good time to start doing some of those pre-emergent control issues.
And a lot of people do that with like crabgrass control and some of those type things.
Definitely. But if you've waited too long and you need some post-emergent help, we do have publications on that as well. Give your extension agent a call and we can help work through how to get rid of the specific weed that you're dealing with. Because if you're spraying the wrong thing for the wrong weed, you're going to be hurting your lawn more than you're helping it. So make sure you identify what you're dealing with when you're trying to control those weeds.
All good tips. I know people are excited about getting out there and enjoying their yard, but taking a few of these steps beforehand and kind of heating some of these things will have a longer shelf life for your lawn, especially if we run into weather issues this summer.
Definitely, definitely.
All right. Well, Andrea, I certainly appreciate the information, and if you have questions about lawn care, contact your local extension office. Thanks for watching and have a great day.
If you have questions about today's topic, please call the Barren County Extension Office at the number on your screen. Thanks for watching and have a great day.